So I was thinking about how the New Year's coming, and a lot of people do New Year's resolutions, and often one of those is to quit smoking. And many of you don't know this, but I was a smoker many, many years ago, um, over 30 years ago. Wait, no, I started smoking in high school, like senior year of high school. We would smoke, at parties on the weekends. And then after high school and college, it developed into more of a regular habit. And I think I was a smoker for maybe 5 or 6 years. But I've been uh, a non-smoker for, I think that would be not quite 30 years, but getting there. Um, so I know how hard it can be. So I thought I would make this video just to share how I did it in case it might help anybody out there. It was really hard for me. I was not one of these people that could just go cold turkey and quit. It took me, I think, 3 tries over a course of, I think, I don't remember, a couple years, even maybe. So the first thing that really helped me was a lifestyle change. I was fortunate that at the time that I wanted to start quitting, I was also entering nursing school. So I wasn't going to be able to go out as much and hang out and, go to bars with my friends and stuff. And that, when you think about smoking, usually people smoke more associated with certain activities. So drinking is one of them, maybe in the car, after a meal. So there are associations, pairings that you have with the habit. And so tweezing apart those pairings is the first thing that I did that really helped. There was a aspect of working with my thoughts and who I wanted to be and who I wanted to become, and not wanting to do something unhealthy for my body. So first, I tweezed apart the association. So stop going out and drinking, going to bars on the weekends as much, and that helped to stop the smoking. I made rules for myself that I could not smoke in the car. So that tweezed out that. And it would be hard, right? I was used to, that was a time that I would smoke, was when I was driving in the car. But I made that rule for myself. I'm not going to smoke in the car. And that urge would come, but I would know I'm in the car. I made this rule for myself. I have to wait 10 minutes until I get home. Another rule I made for myself was not to smoke right after I would eat. A lot of people do that, finish eating, have a cigarette. So I made myself that I had to wait 20 minutes. And that really helped too. And what these things do, it helps build the will, it helps build that experience of really wanting it and getting through that urge, getting through that desire of really having to have it right now. So it helped build my confidence that that I could do it, and it helped to, I think, sort of reprogram the chemistry in my body, the addiction. That when that intense desire for a cigarette came, I could work through that. And sometimes after the 20 minutes, I would still want one and I would have one. And sometimes it was like, wow, I could even go maybe 10 more minutes. So those, I think that's it was really helpful for me. So tweezing apart those pairings that you have and making rules for yourself. The other thing that I did that was really helpful was I would smoke the air. I would imagine the air was this really thick, yummy substance. And if I was craving a cigarette, I would really smoke the air and feel the pleasure of that breath and that air. there's breathing, but there was something about actually that how it would be if you had a cigarette with that sort of inhale and feeling that air, imagining it's thick and yummy. That really helped me too. And that third thing that I did that was really helpful was just imagining my future and what my future would be like if I continued to be a smoker and if I quit. And as someone who is now back then in nursing school, I had a patient during my training that had emphysema, and not being able to breathe is just miserable, torturous. To be able to take a nice full breath and feel like you're getting enough of what you need, just that is such a gift. And to see this beautiful patient of mine back then in nursing school, suffering and that struggle, every single moment, struggle. The breath was a struggle. Being on oxygen machine, having to take morphine. I think it was morphine back then that they would give. I don't know what they do now, but miserable to have that disease. That was a big motivation. I did not want to experience that. And then on a more sort of superficial level, there was, smoking can cause more wrinkles and getting that all wrinkly mouth. And that was another motivation, just to stay more youthful looking and have healthy skin. And, as someone who doesn't smoke now, I also appreciate not smelling like smoke, because that's such a horrible smell. It's even hard to be around someone who's been smoking because they just give off this like cloud of this cigarette scent, and it's not very pleasant. Or it's like I get this image of, was it Linus in the Peanuts who walked around and had this cloud around him? It's like that. See if there's anything else. Well, let me know if you have any questions. But those are the three major things that just helped me so much. And it was hard. It took me 3 tries. I think I would quit for a couple weeks and I'd start again. And then maybe once I quit for a month and I started again. But then I finally did it, and it wasn't easy, but it gets easier. It really, really does get easier. And I never, crave one. I think maybe once every couple of years, I think, oh, that might be nice, but no. And then I have had dreams. I have dreams that I've smoked, and I'm like, oh man, why did I do that? Because I worked so hard to quit, and I wake up and I'm so relieved, that I haven't started again. So that's my experience. Those are my helpful tips. I know you can do it, and I wish you all the best. Bye.